All right, we have some type of controversy in the internet world. I know it's hard to imagine that there's some type of controversy or some drama click stuff out there. I never heard of that happening before. But apparently, Asmongold, which I love Asmongold, is going to kind of explain this drama happening with Linus Tech tips. And I don't know what's going on, but apparently it's a pretty big deal. I generally like Linus from what I've seen, but I don't normally watch the channel. I just get some tech tips from time to time. But apparently there's some type of drama. So let's check out what it is. In fact, I think I might need to change over into a different format here. Let me go up here because of Asmongold. So let's check this out.
The skeletons coming out like crazy. Linus is in big trouble. Yeah, I looked at this whole thing. I mean, again, I'll wait to see how they respond to this, but it does definitely look bad.
To stop the speculation and DMs I am receiving, I chose to quit my role at LTT because it and the working environment I was facing were ruining my mental health. I was asked about my sexual history, my boyfriend's sexual history, how I liked to fuck. I was told that certain issues were sexual tension, and I should just take the coworker out on a coffee date to ease it out. I was
Wait, what? What's going on here, man? Here's like a common sense type of thing, man. You guys gotta separate the fucking from the work. I mean, I know it's hard to do as a guy, you know, like we're written, it's in our code. But you know, the whole fascination with like sex in the workplace, right? It's like a fantasy. I wish it happened to me, but you can't just like, if you're an employer, you got to keep it professional and you can't be doing that stuff, man. Now, I don't know. Maybe Madison is some type of woke girl that's like just making this up. I don't know what's going on here but I'm just talking in generalities right now because that's what I do. I'm a little bit more than a reaction channel. I'm watching this live with everybody. I don't know what's going on right now. So for people that aren't understanding about that, hey, go to hell. I'm a live show and I'm learning with you right now. I don't know if you guys can comprehend that. I know everybody live can, but the people on YouTube that are just randomly clicking this is what we do here. Hi, welcome to DG360. You should check us out. This is what we do. We're discovering it together.
asked to twerk for a coworker at one point. I was told I was chunky, fat, ugly, stupid. I was called retarded. And at any point I would bring up these comments, I would get told, oh, we will have a chat with them. Nothing ever came of it. I remember getting told off for taking my sick days. This no days off grind set culminated in the real moment I realized I had to leave. I purposefully cut my leg open so badly, I would have to go to the ER to get it stapled back together.
The woman is unhinged.
Okay, well, wait a second. Wait a second. I don't know. Like, maybe just quit. Like, just get out of that situation. I mean, those things, if they did happen, that's not cool. I mean, that is definitely not cool that anybody has to deal with that. But, like, you know, if you're getting to the point where you're physically harming yourself, you know, you just need to walk away and get out of there and quit, you know? Like, that's just, like, that thing's, like, on you. Now, perhaps she had, like, some mental thing and she wasn't able to, like, realize her situation. But just, like, on a mental health note, like, don't physically harm yourself. You know, don't physically harm yourself. Get out of a situation if it's bad for you, for God's sake.
She talks about slicing her leg open to get attention. No, that's not true. The reason why she said that she cut her leg is because it would give her mental time off of the job because the job was so demanding and stressful. It had nothing to do with attention. Ironically, it actually was the opposite. She did it to avoid the attention. And she was ridiculed to not take sick days? Yeah, exactly. Because the grind culture and everything. Is that not a good reason for self-harm, though? I mean, I don't think that there are any good reasons for self-harm. Desperate solution, not a rational one? No, it's not. Yeah, oh, yeah, yes, it is. Sorry. It's not a rational one. That's what I meant to say. I honestly don't think her workload was that bad. Well, how can you know how bad her workload was if you didn't do it? Here, have you ever had a job in social media before? I had physical jobs.
Listen, social media jobs must be some type of hell on earth. Like, I would never want to be plugged in 24/7 doing a job like that because I would fear that I would get sucked away and not know what reality I was in. If you're like a social media person in the, like, as a guy who creates content, watching things with you, right? I know that if I don't take the proper time to unplug, that's going to be a bad thing. But I'm generally a very easygoing, unplugged type of dude. You know, like that's just so I'm kind of crafted in essence to be your host, to be the perfect internet host, because I know the difference, right, between every drama and all the shit on the internet versus like our everyday life, like waking up, going to work, the grind, as it were. You know, like if you are working in a social media and it is your job, man, and you are stuck in that mode, I give credit to people that can do that. I couldn't. I wouldn't want to. I would never want a job like that. You could never pay me enough. If you guys agree with that, put a 1 in the chat. Like, if you guys could not be in like a social media job 8 hours a day, put a 1 in the chat. If you could, put a 2. I'm kind of curious if there's anyone right now watching that can actually do this type of thing, because I couldn't do it. Most 1s. I'm seeing 1s. I'm seeing 1s here live. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know. I would not want to do that. I would not want to do that, man. That would be crazy bad in my life. I would say, nope, that's like toxic. That's about the most toxic way of life I could ever like imagine.
And concrete okay, so you don't think this is a real
Coob
problem?
says he could do it if the workload wasn't overloaded.
Yeah.
See, because Coob's easy going. You know what I mean? I think Coob probably could do this because Coob's like super easy going and he ain't going to take any shit. He's just like, whatever. He'll let that like water rolling off a duck's back. Coob just be like, broop, because he's Coob, man. You know, like Coob be Coob. Coob. You know, good for you, dude. Like he says, if it's a good company environment, there's no reason for it to be toxic. Absolutely. I'm not so much talking about the work environment. I'm actually talking about like what's coming into your eyeballs from the internet. What's up, a rider? Thank you for that subscription, man. That's my Star Citizen alert. You guys should check out that project. It's pretty cool. I hear it's pretty cool. But yeah, like I'm actually kind of talking about like you having to suck in the internet through your eyeballs all day long and all just, you know, like, you know, like I couldn't do like, that's what I'm kind of talking about. I couldn't, you know, I just wanted to give you like an artistic interpretation of what it would look like and the sound of that job. If you guys would like that, again, let me know. This has been an artistic interpretation of what that would be like, that job. Thank you. Thank you.
I've already played this one out in my head. Yeah, we'll just speed run this. So the reason why she didn't want to leave the company is because she was worried about getting harassed by fans of the company. Linus fans drove someone to suicide before. It's understandable. I read about the that was the kid that like that won that auction. I don't think that was Linus's fault at all, and I think that all of that hostility is completely misplaced. Basically, this guy says that due to legal issues, MCN not able to get silver play button, bought it from the auction fair and square, yet you demanded that we hand it over to you. You said no, and you got your fans to harass my son and flooded his channel with likes and hateful comments. He stopped making videos, fell into a deep depression, was bullied, found...
All right. Let's take a little bit of personal like responsibility here and getting involved in your son's life and realizing what your son is doing and being a parent. You know, this is another side of the coin here. This may be not a popular opinion, but like at the same time, I think parents should always kind of like be investigative and caring and wanting to know what it is that their children are up to, man. They're your children. Everything that they're looking at in their life is perceived through the lens of their parents, man. The parents, your job as a parent is to make them ready for the harshness of reality, right? And unfortunately, a lot of kids get hooked up into this and they don't have any parental guidance and they get lost in this echo chamber, right, that we created called the internet, man. And it is an echo chamber sometimes. You know, like you start to see all the negativity, you get trapped in it, you replay it over and over, and a lot of kids get trapped in that and don't know that they can just simply unplug and go outside, you know? Possibly because they don't have a parent that's there parenting and telling them that this is not the real world, man. Like this is not the real world. No matter how real that people are trying to make it for you, it's your version of seeing what is out there. You don't know the person behind any of this. I don't even know who I am. Well, who am I right now on your phone or a TV? Why listen to me? What do I know? Nothing, Pepe? I know nothing. Absolutely nothing? All right, you're sure about that? All right. Well, okay.
Love in making videos, expressed desire in making more videos, encourage them to continue. We hope your toxic fans would finally leave us alone. Create this Reddit account and basically killed himself, and then his mom and the guy's wife who's making this post also killed herself over it.
Wow.
I just think this is I think this is such bullshit. To blame this on Linus, you can't blame double suicide on him. Yeah, that's insane, man. Like, you cannot hold somebody responsible for what a tiny, like, I'm talking about like less than 1%, probably less than 0.1% of their fan base does. That is insane. Are people blaming Linus or explaining?
That's why I watch Asmongold, man. From time to time, I watch an Asmongold video because, man, this is why this guy got so many subscribers. It's just common sense. It's just common sense shit that you feel like should be common sense, and then you, like, read some comments from his fans, and you read some comments on his YouTube video, and you're like, wow, man, like, people actually don't know that this stuff's common sense out there, and it's a scary world, you know?
Anyway, Madison didn't want to come out sooner. She posted a bad Glassdoor review after she quit, which people figured out was her and continued harassing her. Isn't it weird to post this on social media while saying that you don't want to be exposed to the fan base? The reason why she came out and talked about it was because they were getting shit on. Because if she had come out and just said out of the blue with nobody else bringing anything up, hey, all these bad things happened to me, nobody would take it as seriously. More people would assume that she was lying. So if she waited for something else bad to happen, then there would be more people that would, and again, this is not a good thing either, that would reflexively believe her. But is it really that much worse of a thing than people that reflexively disbelieve her?
I like that. I like what Coob says. Coob says people want to take credit for their communities that they build, but not take responsibility for them as well. Nah, you have to get involved and let your community know it's wrong and to stop. And you're absolutely right, Coob. That's why Chrono's sitting in timeout still. You know, we had a couple people kicked out over the years. You know, like if I start seeing like just ignorance in my chat, I'm going to put my foot in its ass. It's the responsibility of me being your leader, being a content creator, being your cult leader, in fact, being your banana fountain. It is my responsibility to put boots in asses.
Banana fountain.
You think that those people out there that are successful just kind of helter-skelter, didn't run their communities smart, didn't run their communities, didn't ever keep that in mind, they would never have gotten successful. They would have never gotten successful. You have to be professional, you have to be responsible, and you have to grow yourself a healthy community filled with positivity. Now, there's some communities out there that are just built on negativity, and you can tell them, because when you get in them, you're like, oh, shit. And I know I could list you a whole bunch of them out there that go for that clickety-clack, that go for that fear porn. and there's tons of them because they're monetizing you. They're taking advantage of your clicks. They're taking advantage of your time. They want you to click on those headlines, right? And then you click on it, you get that little fix, right? And you go back to it again over and over and over. You don't get satisfied. You never really get satiated from it. You just go for that guilty pleasure click, right? Well, apparently, that's what makes people tick in our DNA. We tend to go more towards the fear, right? Than the good, than the healing. We tend to go more towards the pain and the damage because that's the type of beings we are. Unfortunately, you got to take like a deep breath. You realize the situation that you're in and realize sometimes you need like a break from it, right? I think that's important. I think that's really important. And I don't know if a lot of people get that. And that kind of scares me because then I'm like, oh, I'm living in that same world. I'm living in that same world with people that don't get that. And that scares me. I think that scares me the most. That there's a lot of people out there that don't understand what I'm talking about. What? There's a lot of people that don't understand what I'm talking about, Pepe? Okay. All right.
So she thought that she would get a better fair shake. There would be more people that would see it because the topic is very hot right now, and people would be more predisposed to believe what she was saying. I think this is very reasonable. Any logical person would do that. Yeah, she spoke when she was in a position to be heard. Yeah, exactly. And the normal people will decide if it's true or not. Well, I think in the end, people will... The only thing that really matters to the average person is, are the videos good? Are the videos accurate? Are the videos being released in a timely manner? Yeah, I mean, I hope Linus and them are able to solve these problems and, you know, like, figure out what to do going forward.
Yeah, so I'm not quite aware of the entire drama unfolding. But there is one unfolding, and here's one I think that shows Gamer Nexus trying to pretty much scale up that ladder because he's in the same genre as Linus. And basically this one's entitled Everyone's Reaction to the Linus Tech Tips Situation. I wish I knew more about this. I don't know anything about what's going on here.
I don't know what costs less. Your sandals or your integrity?
Oh.
It could be worse.
Oh, shit.
That this chart can get past someone and not trigger a removal of that data entry or a significant attempt to try and explain what happened indicates to us that LMG presently lacks the qualifications to conduct proper cooler reviews.
The non-3D Vcache version has 36.
Then it displays incorrect 5600X3D specs on the screen later, and it lists the 5600X3D as having 4 megabytes of L2 cache, except the 56X3D only has 512K of L2 per core, totaling 3 megabytes, not 4 megabytes. This is ethically unacceptable. They like to brand their short circuit stuff as unboxings, or in other words, not reviews. But it's disingenuous to hide behind that whenever there's a mistake. This magnitude of error is what the mouse, or in the case of the water block, the block, is marketed on, which is either glide or thermals. And to screw the strongest marketing point through such an egregious error as not taking the tape off of the product and still leaving the video up, even while processing a cut, is callous to the impact that those choices have on these companies. Linus Media Group is massive. That has to be treated responsibly. There are correct actions. It should result in some sort of immediate trigger, like a removal of the video with a follow-up saying, we did it again, here's the new result. The community beat down Hardware Unboxed for voicing their concerns of LTT's testing accuracy issues, which, while not completely tactful, yes, were valid. Is an unhinged, unapologetic rant where he shirks responsibility and blames others. He tries to play weird semantic games like saying, quote, we didn't sell the product, we auctioned it. But we're not going to drag this out and make a whole new standalone video about this response because they haven't added anything of substance. The response is immature.
And then Retro says, for context, they complained about a mouse not sliding smoothly, but that was because they didn't realize they had to remove the tape off of the mousy slidey bits. Man, this meme goodness.
It's blaming others, and it's irresponsible to the community they've built.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this and not join them!
I always knew they would be. Like, I think I'm the only one that saw this coming like a mile away. Mad Style says Gamer Nexus and Linus Tech Tips are now mortal enemies. And I'll tell you what, I felt like that from the very beginning. The second Gamer Nexus started gaining some traction, I always felt like that dude was gunning for Linus anyway. This is like a gift in his lap. You know, like that's basically like his viewership's going to increase because of this, and Linus is going to decrease. And this is also something where you get one guy that starts out organically and starts out for the reason of the people watching to help them, and turns into like business, all business, all business, all business. You know, I will say this, I've seen this transformation happen over the past few years of Linus, where like everything becomes about the commercial. And put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. Like, it became way too much business oriented, not helping people, and just like a commercial advertisement, one after the next, after the next, after the next. And that's going to add up. That's just going to eventually add up until people are going to see exactly what it is that Linus is doing. He changed his model away from the organic and from the gamer and from help for the people. And he started just making commercials and shill ads and shill ads. And yes, he did them masterfully. Linus is the king of fucking putting in that shill in the middle. He can do it. He can sell it. But the problem is it's him selling stuff. It doesn't matter how you sugarcoat it. The shill is always the shill. And that is why I made a blood oath to everybody here at DG360 that I will never, ever, ever put shill in the middle of my videos.
Yes, you're not gonna hate me.
There might be the YouTube ad breaks because I need to make a few little bits to help to pay for gas. There might be those, but there won't be the sponsored stuff where I'm telling you, this is great, NordVPN. Oh, I love it. I can't live without it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be that guy. Or Raid. I'm never going to be that guy because I made a blood oath, and the banana fountain is the banana fountain. And I swear to you, as a blood oath, I will never break it. I will never put that sponsored shill in the middle of a DG360 video. You got a banana fountain blood oath.
Banana fountain.
Get mounted. This message brought to you by Predator Mounts. I didn't even expect I was going to do that. Oh, man. Oh, man. How do I come up with these? What's up, E-Rad? What's up, dude? I don't know where it comes from. It's a natural thing written in my code.
This was LMG's chance to take responsibility. Gamers Nexus responded to Linus of Linus Tech Tips. Ex-Linus Tech Tips employee, Madison Reeve, has come forward with a series of allegations, including mistreatment, bullying, and poor work conditions. No one gets a break. Reeve alleges attempts to receive help resulted in being laughed at, and subsequently, inappropriately grabbed multiple times.
Like that's terrible. If these allegations are true, that's ridiculous, man. Like, look at the looks from both of them. Like Linus, you can tell just from facial reactions to her, something's going on there. Like he doesn't look like he's too happy with her. Look at his face, you know. And she's like, whatever.
In the office, and barred from appearing in Linus Tech Tips videos.
That's a look from a dude who doesn't like a person, and that's what Linus is giving off. And I'm not quite sure what her face is portraying either, but I'm just reading facial features right now. This is the stuff Asmongold doesn't do. Now, Asmongold, I know you're probably not watching, dude, but if you ever watch a React video, listen, constructive criticism, bro. And listen, I have no right to constructively criticize you, right? I get it. You got millions of subscribers. I'm just like some little peon. I know. You can pee on me and not have to worry about it. I get it, Asmongold, but you're not like that. You're a real dude. This is just like one real dude to another real dude. What you got to do is you got to point things out like this, man. Like when I watch you on React videos, I think to myself, man, I wish Asmongold could kind of bust it down like I do. Narcissism button, where you at?
I'm in a fountain.
It is, Damon. It's exactly what it is, and maybe even two, if you're lucky.
You were my brother.
Sorry.
I loved you.
Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. I mean, there's your newest drama. It's like, you know, the next internet drama. Next internet drama. It gets old after a while. Let's get back to the morning show.